Hello again, and welcome to the Greenbrier Master Video as part of the Getting Funded series. This is the Master Video on hard money. Hard money debt is what this video is all about, and we're going to tell you everything you need to know about where to go and what to do and how to do it. Okay, so let's dive right in. Okay, again, you've seen this before, but just to see, this is one of 8 of the master videos for each of the 8 funding types in the Getting Funded series. This is hard money lenders, okay? Okay, what is a hard money lender? Well, it's high interest funding from private non-banking funding sources. In other words, it's not a bank, okay? Yes, it's a loan. It carries an interest rate, so it kind of feels like you're dealing with a bank, but you're not. Again, these are not licensed bankers, okay? These are private entities, private companies, in some cases private individuals, okay? But normally you're dealing with a broker, okay? The people who advertise, and again, we'll show you later on here, the people who advertise on the internet, for hard money debt, they're brokers, and they deal with a dozen or more actual lenders, okay? And they essentially bring business to the lender in exchange for some kind of a broker fee, okay? How does it work? Well, again, you locate a lender online, or as I just said, in some cases, you're actually locating a broker who will connect you, with someone that focuses, either in your industry or your loan size or geographically or what have you, okay? You find a lender fit, all right? Find somebody, at least potentially, who says that they lend money in the category that you're in. All right, don't try to stretch that. Normally these people, again, just like venture capital, they lend where they have a comfort fit. Okay, make contact. Again, typically you're doing it over the internet, but pick up the phone and call them. That's the best way to make contact. Okay, you're going to be dealing with somebody. Even in the case of a broker, you're not dealing with some sort of junior sales rep on the phone. You're dealing with a principal. In the case of brokers, it's the broker himself or herself that you're talking with, and they'll ask you some questions pretty quick. They'll be able to tell you whether it even makes sense to apply. Okay, after you make contact, give them or submit to them what they're asking for. And again, we'll show you what that is here in a minute. But, normally you can do this, again, over the internet, send it to them by email, what have you, email attachment. Okay, wait and respond. I mean, that's basically it. That's how it works. Okay? Okay, let's look now at what the submission requirements are. This is number 3 in the video, and essentially this is what's required to actually apply. Again, very straightforward, but you can't play games with these. You got to have them and have exactly what we're saying, okay? What is required? Number 1, a business plan and a video. Here again, normally you might not be required. They might not tell you do this, do that, but they're going to need this information, and the more professional that you can come across, the better your chances. So, don't play games with this. Get a professionally done business plan and a funding promo video. You're going to need a financial background check. Okay, it's it shows here as a requirement. It's actually a step, and if you go look at the requirements, detail, there's a separate video that talks about what the requirements are. You'll see that there's a financial background check subject or breakdown in that video that explains to you what it's all about. It's similar, again, to what would be required if you're going to get a mortgage, to buy a home, okay? Pretty much everything about yourself, your background, your assets, your debts, your income, and so forth, okay? You're going to need collateral or a cosigner, okay? You cannot get a hard money loan as a signature loan, especially if you're talking about a couple of $100,000, okay? They're going to want collateral, something serious, or a cosigner, or in some cases both, okay? You might have to put up, title to your house, something of that nature. The point is, you're not going to get a hard money loan without collateral or a cosigner, okay? There is close follow-up, okay? And the good news is it's over pretty quick. You're going to know that you're either qualified, or you're going to get it, or you're not going to get it. The point is, this it happens pretty quickly, and there is pretty close follow up. Okay. The review and approval process is one that most people, whether they get the loan or not, most people find refreshing, because these people know, especially if you're dealing with a broker. The broker knows what'll fly and what won't fly, with the funders, the actual hard money lenders that they deal with. Okay, and they'll tell you straight, you got to have this, you got to have that. If you don't have it, I'm sorry, but you should move on. Okay, so the review and approval process is very specific, very well defined up front, and something you need to follow very closely. Okay. Okay, where to go? The rest of this is pretty easy. All right, where to find hard money lenders? And again, remember, these are not banks. Okay, it's not the SBA loan or anything of that nature. These are hard money lenders, meaning they're people, they're companies or individuals who lend their own money. Okay, and they do it, for a pretty high interest rate. Okay. Search for private lenders online, and you're either going to be dealing directly with the lender, again, or a broker. Most people make the assumption, oh, I don't want to deal with a broker. Actually, brokers are better, in my opinion. If I was going for a hard money debt, there's about a half a dozen brokers out there. I'd contact all of them, and find out which one, is going to, cost me the most and, cost me the least, or have the highest probability of success. Okay. Do an online broker search, as I just said. Go in there, go on the internet, and, again, it doesn't matter where you are. These people could be, if you're in Texas, they could be in Florida, New York, or California. It doesn't matter, okay? Do the hard money search directly, okay? Because in some cases, if you can get directly to the hard money lender, you're not paying a broker, all right? Hard money lenders are going to charge you points or fees up front to actually make the loan, plus the interest. Okay. On top of that, you're going to pay a broker if you need to use a broker. Okay. All right. Costs and expenses. What are the costs and expenses of a hard money loan? A high interest rate. Anything less than 10%, you're dreaming. Okay. Now I think 9.9 is prime right now, for hard money. All right. So that's the primary thing. All right. Again, there are the costs of creating the business plan, along with the video and the website. Okay. They will charge you, again, points and fees. Okay. And this is true of both the hard money lender itself, as well as if you're using a broker. The broker, they get their points and fees. Okay. For connecting you with the hard money lender. Okay. So a lot of people say, well, gee, if I'm dealing with a broker, then I'm paying the broker fees and I'm paying the hard money lender fees. That's right. But it's still substantially better than not getting the loan at all. Okay? Okay, how to apply. Very straightforward, and the good news is it happens pretty quickly. Search, for hard money and find a fit. Okay? And again, it could be in the industry you're in, the size of the loan, the geography, whatever. Okay? Contact and get interest. And again, whether you're dealing directly with the hard money lender or a broker, it's a pretty short conversation. They say, what are you looking for? What sort of collateral or cosigner have you got? Tell me about your personal background, what's your FICO, and blah, blah, blah. And they'll say, let's keep going, or sorry, click, So that's how that part of it works, all right? Get pre-qualified. Most of the time, if you're dealing with a broker, the broker needs to be pre-qualifying you, because they've learned over time that if they approach the actual hard money lender, with somebody that's really not qualified, and it could have been determined up front, that's kind of a negative, for the broker. And, brokers treasure the relationship that they have with hard money lenders, and they're not going to screw it up, by pitching somebody that's got a 500, a FICO or whatever. Okay. So get yourself pre-qualified. All right. Send everything, the maximum degree, if possible, by email, including links to the video and business plan and so forth. Okay. What to expect? All right. An average is about 300K up to $1 million. Yeah, there are loans less than that, But frankly, that's considered, 300K is considered the threshold. Below that, most hard money lenders consider it, kind of a waste of time. Okay? It's going to be in the less than 30% success rate. The best news of all, it's the fastest of any of the funding sources. A hard money lender response, meaning the duration, how long it takes, to get funded with that, is the fastest of all. In some cases, it's measured, in less than a week. Okay, the whole thing, from start to finish. In many cases, you can, get your, the deal done and get your money in 3 to 4 days. Okay, there are some exceptions, but for the most part, the point is here, it's pretty quick. All right, the response that you get from them and the response they expect from you needs to be fast. Okay, and again, it all supports, either they're going to do a deal, get paid, and move on, or not. Okay. And you can't skimp on resources. Again, you need a business plan and a video and the complete financial background. You just can't avoid it, can't skimp on it. Okay? Be prepared to pitch and wait. Okay? But for the most part, yeah, the way you come across is important, but at the same time, they're pretty much looking, at your numbers, your background, your financial support and all of where the money comes from and, what you're going to do with it, how you're going to use it, and whether or not you've got the credit, the support, whether it be, collateral or a cosigner. Okay, pros and cons, very straightforward and there's no surprises here. Number one, with hard money, you maintain control. Okay, you're still in charge 100%. There is no equity given up, all right? Yes, it's a debt, but you're not giving up any shares of ownership in the company. And it works for bad credit, okay? It doesn't mean that you can't get a hard money loan, without having good credit, but you've got to be able to show that you can come up with the money, to make the payments. That's just the bottom line, okay? And it's not a negative as far as second stage funding. If you get a hard money loan, it's just it is considered along with the other expenses, that you've incurred. So from that standpoint, it's pretty good. Meaning it doesn't compromise, a follow-up investment from an angel or perhaps venture capital. Okay, let's look at the cons. High interest rate. A lot of these guys are up in the 13-14% rate. All right, and their fees are huge. All right, the last one that I participated in, not personally, but for a client, he was only looking for $500,000. It cost $14,000. That was the fee that was charged by the direct lender, in addition to 13.5% interest rate or something. So the point is, he got his money, but man, did he pay. All right, you're going to need the collateral or a cosigner. No way around it. If you don't have either or both of these, don't even bother. Okay, it'll be a real short phone call when they find out you don't have collateral or a cosigner. All right, and the other thing is, it's just you're obligated. All right, and just so you'll know, most of these guys, they want a connection. They want to essentially take the money out of your checking account twice a month, not just once a month, twice a month, every 2 weeks. Okay. Again, part of what you need to understand and accept. Okay, let's look at the startup funding analysis real quickly. Hard money's got about $1 million upper limit. Yeah, there's ones higher than that, but the ones that are higher than that are typically secured by real estate or something. Okay, again, the timeline, we're showing it here as 1 month. Actually, in many cases, it's a week or less. Okay. Probability of success, pretty good. Again, that's assuming you match the requirements. Okay, 30 days. The percent probability of success is 30%. All right, the process and requirements, they're both kind of moderate. You got to have a business plan and a website and a video, but that's kind of it. The indebtedness, it's solid and it's hard. 9 to 14% interest. Okay, in addition to the upfront points. Okay. The liability is both personal and corporate, meaning you're pledging the assets, and indebtedness, assigned to the corporation, and you're pledging it personally, okay? And that goes for the cosigner. Okay? And again, equity cost, there is none because you're not giving up any equity to get it. Okay? So that's pretty much it. Of all of the funding sources, it's the easiest for most people to understand because it's like, borrowing from a bank, except they're not a bank. Okay? They've got pretty tight requirements, but you're locked into a box. Either you fit or you don't fit. If you don't fit, they'll tell you up front. If you do, bingo, you're signing up for the debt, but you'll get your money typically within a week. So that's the summary of hard money debt. Okay, one of the primary 8 funding types in the Getting Funded Master video series. Okay, getting the resources. Again, everything that's defined in here. With the exception of, we don't do personal background statements. That's something that, it ends up being so personal and so, off your own computer that it ends up being something that we recommend that people do themselves. But everything else, the website, the video, the blog, the business plan, we can do. Okay, give us a call the toll-free number here, and go onto our website and again check us out. As we say on all of these, if you're starting and you don't have anything and you need everything, then consider on our website, consider one of our startup packages, which includes business plan, funding video, website, blog, logo, etc. Okay, well that's it for hard money debt. Okay, so let's close this out and let's move on to the next one.